Hey guys, it's Derry Witch Carpenter for the Rainbow Witch's Colorful Cottage, and I'm here to do days 18 and days 19 of the community Vlogmas. As I said, I'm probably going to either do them in 2s or in 4s or 5s, depending on, especially this time of year, because I have been baking like a madwoman. I have been wrapping presents. I have been trying to get the house clean because we're having everybody here for Christmas. All my kids are going to be home. We've got a new baby. We've got my granddaughter. We've got, my new daughter-in-law. So we've just got, it's crazy busy time. So I'm really excited. And I'm just kind of trying to get everything done. And my poor husband works retail, so he is not home to help. And we have school Christmas concerts and church Christmas concerts and blah, 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 blah. So it's crazy time right now. But because currently right now it is about 10 minutes to 10 p.m. on Thursday the 19th. So I actually had a moment, and I'm going to take about 5 minutes and knock these out. So, okay. Question number 18 was, what would you name your current practice? Okay. As much as I hate titles, it seems like it is a requirement for, and not even a requirement, but everybody wants to know what you are, who are you, what do you practice, why do you practice? If I had to title my practice, which apparently I do, I am what I would call a solitary, eclectic, rainbow Christian witch. Yes, it's a mouthful. Let me explain. Let me sum up, let me explain. Everybody knows what a solitary eclectic is. I'm a solitary practitioner. I'm an eclectic practitioner because I take from other paths and blend it into my Christian path. I do practice witchcraft. I am a Christian witch. I know it sounds like an oxymoron. It's really not. Let me explain the rainbow part. The rainbow comes from, I love color, as you guys can see. Sorry about that. I love color. The rainbow is one of my favorite colors. The rainbow, black, and green are my top colors. But I use color in everything. Everything I do. Be it my crafting supplies for my Book of Shadows, be it working in my Book of Shadows, be it my magic, my colorful herbs, my paints. All of my art supplies are imbued with the full moon energy. They are imbued with citrine and selenite. My markers are right here. They're in this lovely little garden container, and they have selenite, and so they're always being cleansed. My paints are imbued with moon water and citrine chips, so they're always and so I use color in everything that I do. I use the color. I use candle magic. I use, color's a huge part of my practice. And I've had so many people ask me, does the rainbow for you have anything to do with the LGBT community? And I kind of giggle because I am not gay. I am a huge ally of the LGBT community, of the gay community. Gay and lesbian, I'm a huge advocate for them. I'm a huge ally. But no, I personally am not gay. I am happily married to a man. We have 4 children and a grandchild, and so we are just, but I take the colors of nature. I take the colors, and if you think about it, magic itself is extremely colorful. Extremely colorful. And I take the colors of magic, I take the colors of nature, I take the colors of my herbs that God created, and I combine it all, and I give it back. So, and my main objective out in this world is to spread as much love and hope and truth as I can. Because I was not always like this. I was not always one for, and everybody's like, oh, so you're just strictly love and light. No, I have a darker goddess, and I have Jesus as my deity, so my deities are Jesus and the Morrigan, and for me, it's light and dark. So that is the name of my current practice, if I had to. Solitary, Eclectic, Rainbow Christian Witch. Question number 19 was, what was your introduction to your practice? I was raised in the church till I was 12. I was raised Episcopalian. My first marriage was to a Catholic. My second marriage is to a Methodist. So I have been, church has been a big part of my life for most of my life. And I do hold dear to a lot of my personal Christian practices. Going to church for me is a big one. But I also realize you don't have to be in church to get the message. But for me personally, because we have children and we are choosing to raise them Christian, we go to church. But I grew up constantly playing outside. I grew up in the theater. I grew up very, when I wasn't in church, I was either outside with a book, I was playing make-believe out in nature, I was, hanging out with artists and dancers and musicians and all of these creative people. I was raised around that. So that was just normal to me. It just is something that came, and my grandmother raised me to look at. She never really told me. I didn't find out my grandmother was a witch until long after she was gone. I found out that my grandmother was a witch, oh God, probably 25 years after she passed on. Yeah, because she's been gone for 32 years, 33 years, so it was about 25 years after she was gone. She never told me, and my mom didn't know. So, I found out after my mom passed that my grandmother was a witch. But I was always taught that herbs are not just for cooking. When my grandmother would clean the house, she would get out the herbs. When she would do her laundry, she would get out the herbs. That was just normal. That was just normal to me, but I was never, quote unquote, taught. I never watched her do an incantation. I never watched her do a spell, or at least not that I knew it was a spell. I never, saw her grimoire, or I don't even think she had one. I know she had one when she was younger, but when she was way older, I don't think she had one. Like after she got married and had kids, I don't think she, practiced much, or if she did, I just never knew. But that's kind of how I was introduced to it. It's kind of came naturally, but it was also who I was raised with and who I was surrounded with and who was put in my path. The hippies and the creatives were my teachers. Whether I knew they were witches or not, they taught me some invaluable lessons about nature and how to wildcraft and what to look for, and and I hold those practices very, very near and dear to my heart. So I hope that helped, and everybody have a great night, and I'm gonna go get a bubble bath because I'm tired. All right, bye guys, have a great night.